Manjiri Kahale from Nagpur. I welcome you all on behalf of Ignited Mind by PHF in this wonderful series of learning, that is Guruji ke Saath Guruvaar 2.0, that we have started on 10th April 2025 under the mentorship of Dr. Liyakat Sir. I would like to share few words about PHF. PHF, that is Promisolon Homeopathic Forum, which has founded by Dr. Liyakat Sir with the vision to educate homeopaths and to transfer GPs to homeopathy again. And he successfully transformed more than 2000 GPs towards homeopathy. We organize various activities regularly so that we can reach to maximum homeopaths who are about to practice homeopathy due to lack of proper guidance. Ignited Mind PHF is a pioneer group for free learning homeopathy. First started on WhatsApp and then on Telegram. Now about 3000 doctors are learning daily on the Telegram groups. Recently we completed free webinar series of 100 lectures on Zoom, which are available on our YouTube channel, that is Ignited Minds by PHF. This session is number 114. I feel honored to welcome and introduce today's speaker, very senior homeopath from Mumbai, Dr. Kushala Salian, madam. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
Dr. Kushala, ma'am, is MD Homeopathy in Repertory. Practices since last 35 years in Andheri East. Open-minded and learned from various schools of thoughts from ICR, sensation method, mind method rubrics by Segal and HHF, and applied it in practice. With the team of 4 colleagues, she regularly posts cases in the YouTube channel Integrated Homeopathy. She has presented various platforms of homeopathy. Welcome, ma'am. This is all about Kushala, madam. Welcome, ma'am. Sir, want to add something? Do you want to add something?
Welcome, Kushala. We want to hear you.
Yes.
I'm a big fan of yours. All you 4 girls are doing wonderful job. Every time wherever I go, I tell them to join your channel. That is Integrated Homeopathy. It's on YouTube and it is really fantastic. I have watched almost all your episodes, Kushala. All the episodes and it is a fantastic channel. I tell all this everywhere, wherever I go, take seminars or talk, I tell about this thing. You all are doing fantastic job. God bless you. God bless
Thank you.
Welcome. I want to hear you today live.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So thank you, Liyakat Sir, for your kind opportunity. And thank you, Promise, for this, and for making it a channel to freely educate all the young students into practicing homeopathy. So, dear colleague, it's my humble attempt to share a case. So let's watch the case. Is my screen clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So we homeopaths get a lot of children cases. And in children cases, the child hardly speaks or speaks in an unspoken language through his gestures or through his behavior. It's the mother who does all the talking. And we have to really, filter as to what is really important for us to take and what not. Okay, so my topic today is importance of observation in children cases. So, what happened? So this young boy, around 10 years, came to me early this year. And the mother said, since the age of 9 months, he is suffering from this sneezing, cold, cough, breathlessness. And it's always worse every time he takes some cold food or ice cream or dust, pollution. And then he has to drink some water and do steam inhalation, or they take allopathy. And the cough is always worse after eating, and especially he overeats and by certain fish, and is followed by vomiting. Also, his skin is very sensitive and dry. Then she told that he is just a foodie. He loves food. And like any other child, he loves all these burgers and cheese and Pringles and ice creams and cold drinks. So it's like every child's craving. And he hates khichdi and oats. He doesn't like the smell of egg. His urine stool is normal. He perspires very profusely on the head and back, which is non-offensive and non-staining. He's ambithermal, his sleep is normal. So she said that he's cranky when he's ill and taking a good rest helps him. He's very affectionate by nature, but he gets angry on little things. He doesn't like to sit idle. He tries to do something or the other, like he will experiment on making milkshakes or some recipe. And he desires activity, so he'll keep on doing something. In childhood, he was quiet and disciplined, and he used to keep things in place. But with time, he's become indisciplined. And his father, too, is not very disciplined where work is concerned. Child copies his father. He says that he will also clean his shoes like father. Whatever the father does, the child copies. Now, I've written in bold whatever the patient said. Patient said that in school academics, science and maths are his favorite subjects. He's good. They are interesting subjects. But he's not good in literature and languages. Hindi, Marathi is not good. And at present, he's preparing for his exams. Mother said he's getting responsible for his studies. He said, I love PT because in PT, physical education, you get to play games, you play kho-kho, you play football, you play cricket. And sometimes if you are a little naughty in the class, then teachers are strict and send you out of the class if I push the children. I feel very bad. I asked him, what do you feel when you have to stand outside the class? He said, Bura lagta hai. I feel bad, but then it's okay. I said, why bad? He said, बेइज्जती होती hai in front of all. Then I said, what do you do if you feel so bad and you feel so insulted? He said, I keep roaming in the corridor. I like computer period because in computer lab, you get to read books in the library. And I like to play with all the music files and gather information. His IPR with his parents is such. Mother said, I'm not very strict. I only do roke-toke in eating because he really overeats. If he eats too much, he will vomit. Then patient immediately said, my younger sister, she's hardly below 5. She keeps beating me in anger and she'll beat me very badly with the racket and she'll scratch with her fingers. So I go inside my room and I close the door when she gets angry. Because if I beat back, my parents will also beat me. His hobby is to play cricket. Mother said he likes to play with younger kids, not with his age kids. His performance is not good in sports. We put him in so many, classes, but there's no improvement. There's no performance in football. None of the sports activities which we have put him is doing well. And child was not at all liking. He was just looking at his mother with his eyes sideways. He was not at all liking that his mother's talking about his weakness. In swimming class, he has a fear to dive. In skating, learns so slowly because he fears to fall. In table tennis also, he's a slow learner. 3 months class, we have put him, but there's no progress. He's not the sporty type. He cannot do anything physically. He does very slowly. If I criticize and complain about him, he gets angry. He doesn't like his weakness to be discussed with anybody. And he'll show anger and he will back answer. So in childhood, he was very fearful even while climbing stairs or getting downstairs. He had the fear of falling, but with time, he's less fearful. Patient said, I feel very sad when someone complains about me. And I like vacation in Bihar because the houses are so big and you have to just play, eat, and there's no study books. Mother, he's scared to do anything new, even a risk to do skating. If anyone throws ball at him while playing cricket, if they're throwing ball, instead of catching the ball, he'll try to dodge and save himself from the ball. Anyone can make a fool out of him. He'll not react outside, but at home he'll be reacting. He cannot say anything to his 8 children, so he plays with younger children so that he can boss them. His nature, like his father, is angry fast and he gets cool fast. If angry and you take him out and you give him something to eat, something burger or something, then he'll forget. He fears to close the door of this washroom. Imagine he's quite a tall boy and he looks quite big for his age. But he does not close the door of his washroom because it's dark. He fears the shower because a lot of water falls. He will back answer mother immediately. He plays with younger children as he can't play well, and the older children don't take him to play with them. They'll keep him aside. He has no aptitude for drawing. He prefers males, more attached to father. If he eats more, he gets into digestive issues, loose motion, gas. He loves food and he can identify whatever she cooks, he can tell exactly, what is the ingredient inside it, whether there is, it is salty, whether it's sweet, you have added lasoon or kanda or whatever so he can identify each and every ingredient of the food too. He's careless. He'll mess the washroom after using. If any guest around, then he will clean it. He'll mop the floor and clean the washroom and show as if, he uses it very cleanly. But otherwise, no one can enter the washroom after him unless you clean the place because he's very careless and messy. With father, he has a fear of scolding. He will cry. So better behave than with mother. He tries to impress father. He'll say he'll not watch TV. He knows that if father gets angry, and there's a reason that he will listen to his father because father will not take him out for treats, hustling, or outing by underground metro. So he's very well behaved otherwise. Father will go back on his promise of outing. At the new home, they've shifted to a new residence. There's a few children in the society, so he's very irritable and because it's boring at home. He gets very angry. When he gets angry, nobody should tell him anything. Nobody should say, dry your hair, flush the toilet. He will do as per his wish and will. He will tease others, but no one should tease him or tell him anything. And home people just cannot comment with outsiders, but he will not back answer. In husband's side family, they are from that setup where, it's the male dominating setup. And he copies them. He's more attached to males, the fathers and the uncles. He prefers talking to them. He knows they will take him outing, give him outside snack, ice cream, play with him. He wants some activity and fun. When old grandfather calls him and asks him to sit with him and talk to him, he'll make faces. He doesn't like that. Even old grandfather, he has seen him speak rudely to grandmother. So whatever the males do, he is sort of, copying that. Needs AC at low temperature most of the time. So it's more towards hot. He has no value for money. He will play football at home. If the mother says the TV will break, don't play, he'll say, so what? We can buy another. It does not cost much. Even the toothpaste, he will apply on the wall and spoil the wall. He will hide the toothpaste also in such places below the bed or somewhere, or he'll keep the chappals in the balcony railing lot on the parapet so that it might fall. And he gets a lot of pleasure in doing all this. But anyone can fool him. He does not understand. He believes people easily. At grandmother's place, if mother shouts, he will cry so that grandmother and aunties come to save him. Otherwise, at home, he doesn't listen to mother at all and back answers her. Instead of Uber, he wants to travel in Innova. He wants to live in luxury, copying father who spends more than his means. To put across his point, when he wants to watch TV, he will use mother as a means to tell father or older cousin because father or cousin may not listen to him. वहां पे रोब नहीं जमेगा, so he will use a sideway means to get his work done. Birth history, birth was 2.7. He was premature by 10 days. He was induced neonatal jaundice. He was given a blue light. Blood group was O positive. Speech was late 2.5 years. Walking after 1 year. There is fear of falling. So there were two things which I observed during the entire case on which I was quite confirmed of my prescription. When mother was narrating his weakness, now for his age, he's a very tall boy. He must be already 5'6", 5'7" for an age of 10. And both were sitting in the chair opposite me, and he stood tall in front of her. He broadened his chest and he made himself look big, and with big eyes, he started looking at her whenever she was speaking about his weakness. Another observation was, which really surprised me during history. The sister, since being very small, she opened her tiffin box and was eating some biscuits from her tiffin. So he too wanted to eat, but he was feeling odd to eat in front of me. So he took her out to the waiting room. After some time, the sister came and she gave a tight slap to her mother, really hard and tight slap to her mother on her face. I was shocked. I mean, such a small child, and she really beat her mother badly. So I said, why did she do this? So mother said, this is his instructions that she is doing as we are talking about him. So child was not liking the mother speaking about his weakness. So these two observations were very, very, which was there all through the case. I could see that. So would anyone be wanting to share the analysis, or should we proceed? Hello? Should we
Yeah,
proceed, or anyone would be wanting to share?
let us see if anyone wants to give an input.
Any chats come?
No.
Should I proceed?
Yes.
I'll proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what I saw, which was obvious, is he behaves quite childish to his age. And the mother also kept telling that he plays with smaller children because the older children keep him aside since he doesn't play his games well. That the mother has said in so many ways that, instead of catching the cricket ball, he'll dodge it. And he's so scared to play skating or any game, even with football and all. He can't play any games, though they have put him in extra classes so that he, masters the game. But no, he is just not, he's very slow in learning these games. His family background is male dominating, and he very much likes males and he copies them, especially his father. And his behavior with his mother was something which, I found it very rude. The way he was looking at her, the way he sent his sister to slap her. He could not vocalize in front of PP, but he's a tall child. So he just made himself big in front of her with big eyes and broad chest and standing tall because she was making him feel small. So he wanted to show her, I'm not small, I'm big. His sending sister to slap mother talks of his cowardice. She's very small, below 5. But he hits her on the sly. Even in the clinic, what happened? Suddenly she started crying. They said, what happened? So there was scratch marks of his nails on her hands. So when nobody was looking, he scratched her so badly on her hands that it was slightly bleeding. So this is his ways in which he does his things, which is little on the sly side and little which is not very obvious, so that parents don't notice and don't scold him. He's a foodie. He can appreciate taste of food. He does not value his things. You could see he, misuses the toothpaste, playing football. He's not bothered at 10. At least you will have this understanding that you may break the TV. But no, he will play football in the hall and hit the ball here and there with every chance for the TV to break. He's fearful while playing games. In skating, he fears to fall. In cricket, instead of catching ball, he dodges himself as to not get hurt. So, having understood him and the observations, I took childish behavior. His contemptuousness, hard for subordinate and agreeable and pleasant to superiors or people he has to fear. His cowardice, his deceitfulness, the way he was dictatorial, egotism, the gourmand, the greed in eating, drinking, his carelessness, his impressionable mother said that he just believes easily and he's very much impressed with the males of the house, the teasing and the timidity. Lyco came out very prominently. So I gave him Lyco 1 dose. He settled very, very, very well. So Lyco comes in the ancient plants. It's in the early second column, Lycophyta. You can see Lycopodium. So it's very much in the mosses and very early in development in the ancient plants. So what does Dr. Mikhail Yakic say about the innocence, about the ancient plants? They're very innocent, very simple, and very vulnerable. So lycophytes are the oldest living vascular plants from the Silurian period. But the ancient lycopodium, now Lycopodium is a moss, but the ancient lycophytes were huge trees, which gradually over a period of time through the, as there was a transition and the transformation of the period, they became small. Modern lycophytes are small and low and grow close to the ground. Lycophytes hold themselves to the ground with rhizomes. So lycophyte pores have high fat content and their spores are also hydrophobic and flammable, because of which you will see some fire element and water element in lycopodium. Lycopodium powders are used for flash photography, fireworks, in circus magic tricks because of its explosive properties, and the powder can also coat pills and latex gloves. Mosses are in the beginning. These early plants embody simplicity, innocence, and a reluctance to leave the safety of the Eden, fearing the loss of the group security. They are non-flowering plants, ancient plants. Life began on earth from water, green algae, later mosses, but they are flat cells which grow on the soil like flat leaves. There's no cell wall. They absorb water and sunlight directly. They are the first ones to develop vascular system. Those who are flat on the ground, they want to stand up. They have decided that they want to stand up and rise and go upwards towards the sun. Lycopodium is actually the earliest ancestors of all trees. On one side is the attempt to stand up. They are mosses, they are flat, so they want to stand up and rise. On the other side, they are beginning like moss, flat on the ground. So they have extreme polarity. So they are all the time trying to prove that, I can stand up, I can rise, I can go up, I can. So you can see that ambition aspect coming from here. Child who wants to stand up, control, because he's falling. So again, he wants to stand up. It's like a toddler. You're learning to stand up and you are trying to stand up and rise. I want to do, but then your roots are, you're just held by rhizomes. So your roots are weak, so you easily fall. I want to stand up. I want to prove myself. Man doing 100 jobs suddenly gets flat. It's a toddler, but with a king-like qualities. So Lycopodium was a huge tree several thousand years ago, but over the years it has been reduced to a small club moss. So the main feeling is being small and a desire to again rise up to the same height that I've had. Desire to grow big, and there's a lot of effort in growing bigger. A censorious attitude towards others to establish their own superiority. There's a love of power, reaching a higher position. Lycopodium is the first plant who decided to defy the gravity, that we are not going to grow flat on the ground, but we are going to grow up towards the sky. I want to grow up and tall, but without having a strong root system. And this is being done for the first time. So there's a strong ambition. There is a need to do something new. At the same time, there is a lack of grounding, lack of stability, no real root system. Lycopodium pore is airborne. They fall in unknown grounds, and there is a plant that has to start growing tall. So the idea of wanting to do something new to prove oneself, but they are fragile, there's weakness, there's insecurity, there's instability inside, is a key of lycopodium. So in this need to prove, you see a lot of anticipation. So there's a fear of undertaking new tasks, going on stage, meeting new people, going for exam, meeting the physician. Lot of anxiety and anticipation, lot of fears. Needs company, but in the next room there should be, even if a small child is there, it's okay. A lot of egotism. They want to show, so they create a very, bluff type of hugeness, extreme ambition. Some of the rubrics which fit the feeling of small and their fear is childishness, childish behavior, foolish behavior, idiocy, imbecility, slowness, fear of dark, fear of falling high place, cowardice, timidity, bashful, delusion, injury will receive. And some of the rubrics which show that they want to rise is activity desire, ambition, ambitious, means employed every possible, boaster, braggart, boisterous, outgoing, business aptitude, greed, cupidity. So if you want to rise up, you have to, do all these things. Hypocrisy, moral feeling, want of, love of power, adulteress, charlatan. And small versus tall. If from small, if you want to be tall, then there's a lot of egotism. You can be abusive, insulting, authority, refusal to accept someone's, contemptuous, hard for subordinate, agreeable or pleasant to superiors, or people he has to fear, cursing, swearing, dictatorial, domineering, dogmatic, despotic, talking with the command of air, disobedience, haughty pride, impolite, importance feels as pompous, squanders order from want of, quarrelsome, scolding, delusion is a great person. The fire which the lycopodium spores has fire and uh, water in it. So you'll see a lot of anger issues in lyco because it is used for fireworks. So you see irritable children in when sick, anger, vexation, violent, anger from contradiction, anger ailments from wrath and vehemence with, anger in children, anger when obliged to answer. So Dr. George Vittelkas has very nicely, he said the main theme is inside you are feeling very weak and incapable. You are fulfilling your responsibilities. So you try to avoid your responsibilities. So you show to the world that you're very brave, you're courageous, you're very capable. But the main thing is that you are a coward, which you saw in the case also. He's a coward. Whatever he wants to do, he'll do through his sister, through his mother, but he himself will not be standing up for himself. So you see, with this theme of cowardice, there are some rubrics like cowardice, lack of confidence, cowardice to opinion to express his responsibility, aversion to affectation. He wants to show that he is big, boaster, braggart, extroverted, fear social position is. Then for them sexuality is very important. They have get into a lot of sexual excesses, but it's not a very intimate relationship, or that he's not getting into sexuality with the seriousness of getting into a very serious relationship or a relationship culminating into marriage. He would just want to have fun, so it's all a very superficial gratification sort of, because he does not want to commit. He has a fear of taking up the responsibility of marriage. So as long as it's just have one night stand, just have fun and just move on, it's good for him. So sexual excess ailments from, because he's important, he feels that I can't take up, I'm not capable of taking up the responsibility of a marriage. Anxiety in the face of responsibility. So you see rubrics like anticipation ailments from, stage fright, timidity, public about appearing in. So a public speaker, a sermon, a politician, just before he has to go on the stage, there's so much, because he doesn't know whether he will be able to, take up the responsibility of delivering his sermon or his speech very properly in front of the public. So to cover up this inner timidity, this inner fear, this inner anxiety, this inner cowardice or his incapability and weakness, he has to bluff. He has to show to people that, he's very good and he can do many things so well. So his bluffing is seen by, he becomes dictatorial on others, on those whom he can be dictatorial to. He'll be talking big, big things about himself. So you see egotism. You see contemptuous, hard for subordinate and agreeable to pleasant to superiors or people he has to fear. And then a stage is reached when the fears, he gets into multiple fears of almost everything: alone, darkness, ghosts, suffering, facing responsibilities. You'll see health, hypochondriasis. You see so many fears in Lycopodium, because this is what is there inside him, the fears. He's full of fears that he needs company, but that too in the next room. And this prolonged, he's in a conflict. He's reached a stage where he is wanting into getting into sexual excesses for this a sexual gratification, which is superficial. At the same time, he's trying to control it by celibacy, and this conflict leads into a lot of confusion. And then there are intellectual losses, like, he is basically an intellectual person, so you'll see that his intellect gets affected in forms of memory weakness. He goes into early salinity, lot of forgetful symptoms, memory weakness symptoms, imbecility. This is all because either celibacy or sexual excess both aggravate, and in this conflict he gets into a problem with the intellect. So this is my presentation. If you all have anything, please let me know. Is there anything? Any questions or? Hello?
मैम
Yeah. Should I
उसके
stop
लिए
share?
उसके लिए क्या लेंगे कि वो दूसरे जब रहते हैं तब वॉशरूम वगैरह क्लीन रखता है और खुद ऐसे ही रहता है, यानी
It is his facade, ना? मतलब वो दूसरों के सामने शो है ना उसका.
जी मैम.
That's his show, ना? His affectation, ना? Because
अच्छा.
घर वालों मम्मी के साथ अभी वॉशरूम डैडी नहीं धोएगा ना, मम्मी धोएगी ना. So he doesn't care for his mother. He can shout and scream and get her beaten by the sister. All this is there. So because it's like hard for inferiors and soft to superiors, no? It's his affectation, because he wants to show to the world how good he is, how capable he is, how nice he is. So that's his affectation. He's showing his good side, but actually he's a messy child.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
That is compensation, na? That is a compensatory mechanism, na?
Yes. It's like you don't want to, you're being goody in front of others.
Yeah.
Because others are, should I stop share or let it be? Let the screen be?
No, whatever you want. Yeah. Better.
Yeah. So basically, he's trying to show his good side to others. See, in front of me also, now if he could have, beaten his sister, or he could have eaten, but what he did is he took her out. He wanted to eat biscuit, and then he knew that mother is talking about him. So he could have told her also, no, don't talk about me like this. I'm not like this. But he sent his sister in. I'm a third person, no? That much, that much he's grown up enough to know that he can't beat his mother in front of me. So he sent his sister to beat, and she really slapped hard. So in that sense, this is the show which he's giving. It's his affectation. It's his show to show that he is good, but actually he's quite rude. You could also share some experience of
Madam,
Yeah.
Madam, these are all the psychotic picture, like
Yeah, like
affectation. So, what is the syphilis in Lycopodium? Please guide us.
see, this case has not gone into syphilitic. No? This case is more into psychotic picture. No? It's a cover up which he's doing. It's not that every case, if there is a case of, syphilitic lyco, then we can discuss it at that level. But usually, whatever lyco we see is they are all hidden under a facade of bluff. It's a bloated ego.
Yeah.
It's more of a
Yes,
bloated
this
ego.
is the case of psychosis, but how we can find in syphilis? If we want to find lyco in syphilis,
See, as such, I have not treated any syphilitic lyco because I found ki all the lycos that with kidney stones or gastric issues and all, I think lyco is more psychotic. I have not had an experience of a syphilitic lyco, but syphilitic then will show more of destruction. But when the lyco picture starts only with weakness and incapability deep down, so I think the psychotic picture in most of the lycos will be more prominent than the syphilitic, because that when you come to syphilitic lyco, then the destruction should come out more prominently, no?
Yeah. See the politicians, na? Simple. So many of our politicians are lycopodium.
Yes,
It's a social platform, so we can't name them. But you
yes.
see, most of the famous leaders and all, most of them are lycopodium. You can see the syphilis in them, the destructive behavior of lycopodium.
Because they have to put up a front, no?
Yeah, ये जो दंगे वगैरह कराते हैं, riots and all कराते हैं, lycopodium का manipulation से कराते हैं, that is the syphilitic side. They
Yes,
can do anything for power.
yes,
वही ना, क्या है वो? Employs every mean.
yes. Ambition employs every mean, and you
Yeah,
see, corrupt is also there in lyco.
exactly.
Deceitful is there in lyco.
Deceitful, exactly.
You know,
So this, what you are calling
Charlatan.
affectation, was also a deceit,
Yes,
sly.
sly, deceitful, sly, corrupt, venal.
Exactly.
No?
Corrupt, venal,
Charlatan.
charlatan, exactly.
Yes, fishing aptitude. I mean, I think fishing aptitude also means they want
Yes,
to
then.
rise up, and they want to rise up so they can do anything for that.
Anything. Even they can become effeminate.
Yes,
That is the effeminate part of lycopodium.
yes,
There they become like a wife. They will listen to everything the boss says. He will become as if she for the boss to
yes.
rise.
True, true. Even moral feeling want of, I mean,
Exactly.
you want to rise up and you want to get power.
Exactly.
Very few go the straight way. So you should
Exactly.
have that ability to have that moral feeling want of
Exactly.
rise.
Exactly.
So
That much ruthless and that much low morals actually.
yes.
Actually.
So all these things, fear of losing their social position, I mean, fear, delusion, vanish, everything. I mean, they want that power, they want that. But deep in, the plant itself, as we saw, its roots are very weak. So
Very.
you can't stand really. It's like a toddler, you want to rise, लेकिन आपके नीचे की जो जमीन, your roots have to be strong, ना?
And Lago के लिए वो saying है कुशाला, top of the ladder is always,
Yes,
they're always shaky. You see the झंडा जो लहराता है,
yes,
हमेशा हिलता है ना.
yes.
Top of the ladder पे हमेशा shaky रहता है. वही lycopodium is that.
So that fear of falling is there, no, sir?
Exactly. Exactly.
You want to go
Any
high,
moment.
if you want to go high, then the fall will be there also.
Exactly. The higher you go, the more the competition. No? So more you
Yes,
have to be, more
yes,
alert and more that.
yes.
Constantly you have to thrive. You see all this, can I say, Kushana?
Yeah, please, please.
So-called upper caste people, okay, so-called elite, so-called priest class.
podium generally follows.
Yeah, tell me. Hello, you were saying something?
I didn't say anything. I think
Somebody was saying. Okay, so what I was trying to tell you, the so-called upper class, upper caste, ये जो
Hello.
हाँ बोलिए बोल लीजिए आप बोल लीजिए.
Lycopodium follows well by the licases. Can you explain
Licases.
this, madam?
Acha, she's saying what follows well.
Okay,
It follows well lachesis. Okay.
true.
No, she wants you to explain that.
See, in that case, Acha, you want me to explain
Yeah,
lycopodium,
somebody asked the question that explain.
lachesis and lycopodium. So
Yeah, they're saying lycopodium follows well lachesis.
lycopodium follows well lachesis. So see,
Wilson Miller's.
I can only say that, in certain ways they are similar in terms of their dictatorial attitude. They are ambitious, their competition, but they
Yes,
are from two different kingdoms. Lyco comes from a feeling of smallness, weakness,
yes,
and incapability, while Lachesis comes from a feeling of jealousy and competition with someone who is better.
yes,
So coming from different kingdom, their issues are different. And unless it's not that Lyco follows well Lachesis, I mean, unless your symptoms don't match, you can't just give it blindly that abhi Lachesis ne kaam kar liya, fir Lyco aa gaya. It's not that way. You should get the symptoms. If you see,
क्या बोल रहे हैं अभी इधर भी लगा
some aspects of them may be similar, but their basic background is different. So you will have to see what is the base or the why behind their ambition, why behind their dictatorial attitude, why behind their love of power, you know. So unless you see that, you can just blindly give Lyco after Lachesis because their kingdom is different, their whys are different, their what is the reason why each one acts in a different way. Like you don't see so much of loquacity in Lyco as much as Lachesis. Lyco's, if he talks too much, it's more of a boasting type of talking because he wants to show himself as in a very bloated picture. While Lachesis is just loquacious, it's a loose talking which he's doing, jumping from one topic to the other. So unless the symptoms don't match, just don't go blindly, I would say.
Actually, this complementary, follow well, these concepts are little older, those days they were lesser medicines.
Hmm.
Okay, this is what I feel. But of course, we need these things later where the case is really incurable, or when we have to do palliative therapy, that time these things come into play. But usually in day-to-day practice, this is not much required. Yes, sometimes if supposing that the patient is on lycopodium, okay, I'm talking about complementary. Supposing that the patient is having, let's say, rheumatoid arthritis or ankylosing spondylitis. Okay, if he's on lachesis, let us say, but if he can come with a picture in acute of lycopodium. Okay, this is what I've experienced in my practice, especially if you're dealing with very dreaded diseases like SLE or Sjogren's syndrome or rheumatic arthritis or even cancer. Okay, or let us say even what is it called as endometriosis. Okay, adhesions in the abdomen. So in such cases, the patient, if comes with acute ailment, most of the times it is the complementary remedy that comes of that remedy. So in these cases, yes, surely you can use this follow well, but it is very difficult ki after calcarea, after sulfur calcarea, then lycopodium. These trios, I mean, are very difficult to get in day-to-day practice. Okay.
I think the
Unless
symptom,
you
yeah.
really do not, take the whole picture into consideration, you are going to jump from one remedy to another, to another, to another. Then you are going to, what zigzag cure is what we call, you are going to land. But like Dr. Kushala Madam has taught us today, friends, if you really think about all the aspects, the holistic approach that we call always, it's not that in mind method that we take only mental symptoms. Please remember, do not confuse mind method with mental symptoms only. We take physical rubrics also. We do take rubrics from generalities. We do take rubrics from the physicals. Okay, it's not that. For me, I call mind method to be mind your business. You should mind what you're going to take in a case. That is mind method. Mind is not prescribing only on mental symptoms. Please remember that. Okay, so people think whenever it is mind, they search only the mental, the mind chapter, and then they forget all the repertory. No, it's not that. Whole repertory is important. Every chapter in the repertory, every rubric in the repertory is important. We are we fall very short to understand the value of the rubric. Okay, so please do not take into mind कि बाबा calcarea में desires eggs है, so we do not take desires egg. We do take that, but then we try to understand the meaning of egg also many times. Like when we are taking, supposing that somebody I say कि if the patient says I love chocolates, so then it's not that I take directly desired chocolate. What we try to find out is he most of the times, what desires and cravings that we have comes from two things. One is your childhood trauma that you did not get to eat those things. One is you have certain memories with that. Okay, like if you like chocolates, so you have memories. Then I ask, okay, so since when do you like chocolates? Do you have any memories of chocolates? Then they say, yeah, doc, my girlfriend used to like chocolate or my boyfriend used to gift me. Then you take the person as sentimental, not desire chocolates. Okay. थोड़ा सा सबको आई एम ट्राइंग टू एक्सप्लेन कि ये कॉन्सेप्ट जो है इसको थोड़ा सा उसका गहराई में जाके समझने की कोशिश करोगे तो इंशाल्लाह फिर मजा आएगा. आप भी आओगे यहाँ पे पढ़ाने के लिए, है ना? Yeah, something more, Kushala. I love the like opening that you've done. Something else you want to add, please do.
No, I remember I had attended one of Dr. George Vitulka's seminar in Bombay long, long, long ago. So he was also, of the opinion that don't say that there's going to be one remedy lifetime.
No, it's not that.
He believed very much in layers. So there are so many, especially chronic cases, like, there may be one layer of XYZ symptom for which you treat
Yeah.
that particular remedy. And once that layer goes off, a new layer will come with another ABC symptoms.
Yeah.
So when we talk about follow well, when we talk about complementary, I think we should not shut our doors.
Yes.
We
Yes.
should see what is a presenting symptom and then
Exactly.
prescribe.
Exactly. His book is fantastic.
Yes.
That very huge book, I
Yes,
forgot the
yes.
name. It's layers only, na? That very
it
nice
is.
book, Dr. Kushala. If you can get and read it.
Yeah.
It's a huge book. He talks about second prescription, so fantastic. I
Yes.
think nobody else has done such a laborious work as Dr. Vitulkas has done on second prescription and the prognosis. He has explored organon and combined his 40-50 years of experience and written the book. Please go through that book. I don't remember the name of the book. I'll write in the comment of your.
Yeah. His small book is Essence of.
No, not small. It's a huge book, Kushala. I'll send you also the picture. I have the book. It's in my house now, in the clinic right now. It's
That's
a lovely book.
Yeah.
It's a lovely book.
That's
It's huge, like 300 pages maybe.
one pink cover book.
No.
Okay.
Blue cover.
Okay.
Blue cover.
Mhm.
They give it in the course. One of my students has gifted it to me. He has done the course with Dr. Kushala Salian. It's a lovely book. It's a lovely book. I have that. I'll send you the name.
Sure.
If you don't have, I'll send you the book also.
Sure. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, not Matematica Viva, Farida. I know the book Matematica Viva. Kushala, anything else you want to add about Lycopodium, please?
No, I've tried to explore. I mean, I'd explored it case-related Lyco, but I found like there were cases of stones, renal stones, which did. It's all somewhere. I feel that the psychotic element in whatever cases I've treated was the psychotic element was more prominent, like inner weakness and getting, show of,
Ah,
I'm huge.
yeah.
So,
Megalomaniac.
so
They have that facade.
many. And then there was one patient who was so ambitious. He's an architect. He'll go on working. But then, his ambitious is so much. I was trying to differentiate with Nux and Lyco. But then deep down, I felt ki, he's quite a liar, and to get his things done, he will even on the phone he will be speaking. मैं अभी travel. He's sitting in front of me. मैं अभी travel कर रहा हूँ. मैं train में हूँ. So I mean, to get their work done, they can go through any way, any means.
Yeah.
And then those dreams, whether I will reach that point.
Ah,
It talks about their inner fear.
yes.
Because Nux wouldn't have this fear about reaching the point. Nux is like a roller coaster, no?
Yeah.
So,
Roller coaster.
so those fear and the ambition, the false courage and the fear, and the
Yes.
cowardice. I mean, these
Yes.
two things are there in most of the Lyco cases.
And the territorial crisis, that is why they suffer from stores very much.
Mm-hmm.
Lyco have territorial crisis, na? They don't want anybody to enter the territory.
Yes. Plus, with this, whatever that was something new for me in Yakir, that Lyco spores have that fat content, and it's also has a lot of these fireworks, no? It can be
Yes.
used for a lot of fireworks. So
Yes.
stones, we also talk about suppressed anger also, no?
Ah. Yes. And lycopodium has sulfur also in it.
Yes,
So many times lycopodium may appear like sulfur.
true.
Many times they appear like sulfur.
True.
It has, I think, 30% or 20 or 30% sulfur in it
Okay,
for content.
fine. I think these all are the fine differentiations which, when we have to go on differentiating finally when we
Yeah.
rule out and when we prescribe. I think
Right.
it's interesting. You're doing very good work.
Very true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you
You want
very
to sum up?
No, yes, I'm done.
Done.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Would really want you to come back again, Kushala. Thank you so much for being there.
Yeah. Thank you.
You
Thank
four are my sisters, my pride. I say always, you
Oh,
beautiful, lovely girls. These are gifts to humanity. Actually, all four of you are doing fantastic job. God bless you, Kushala. God bless.
Thank you so
Thank you so much. We would love to hear it from you again. We would love to have you again back as a lecturer, as speaker again. Please do come again
Yeah,
whenever
thank
you
you.
have time. Dr.
Thank
Mansi will coordinate with you. Okay.
Sure. I hope I was of help to you all. Thank you very much.
Oh, it was a lovely lecture. Very lovely, lovely lecture. Nice hearing you live. That is something nice.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kushala ma'am.
Thank you.
We would love to learn more from you.
Thank you.